First of all, a big, gigantic congratulations to Kale Schoen for being the first to solve this riddle. Good job. Second of all, if you haven't tried this yourself, I would recommend doing that. So, level 1. The little URL at the top of the screen, that implies you need to finish the link to a YouTube video. These letters, if you pay enough attention, you'll find that they spell grey, blue, green. And that means you need to look at the grey rectangle, the blue rectangle, then the green. So you punch in those characters into the YouTube link and you'll get taken to a video, which is level 2. So level 2 is another YouTube link. This time it's ordered by the number of sides on the shapes. So you start with the triangle, then the square. One of these dodecahedron things has one more side than the other one. You just have to look closely. So this is just a 2-minute video of me sitting there doing nothing for a while, but at the 140 mark I say something to the camera, and I think you'll notice that the video is reversed. So if you reverse that, the password you'll find is green octagonal cats. So level 4 is this document with a couple of images, and what they're saying is, what did I draw and what did I roll? Now that refers to the first video where I drew a card and rolled some dice. So you just look at those and the answer is Ace of Hearts 14. So level 5 is just this picture of Ryan Reynolds and a whole big giant block of random characters. This picture is a screenshot from the movie The Nines. And the easiest way to find that out is by reverse image searching on Google. So if you highlight the 9s in this block of text, you'll get this code, which you punch into the bit.do. And I later found out that this is kind of messed up on Firefox, but I think it's still solvable, just a lot harder. So level 6 is again a big block of random characters, but on page 2 there's a sentence. Now this doesn't mean anything, and you only need to look at the first letter of each word. So if you do that, it says check fonts. So if you copy and paste the text, you'll see the fonts are not all the same. And what you have to do is kind of just highlight different areas and narrow it down until you find the one string of text that has a different font from the rest. So here it is, and that's what gets you to level 8. A lot of people found level 8 extremely difficult, so I eventually released some clues, and yeah, that's how most people got past it. But the number of dots down here refers to the number of seconds each screen change stays on for. So it goes 2 seconds, then 1 second, then 1 second, which means the link starts with 1188, and so on. So you just follow that pattern and get the link. And the sentence up top really doesn't matter, but it will matter later. I'll go through level 9 piece by piece. For the first line you gotta fill in the blank, which gives you Johnny Test. So the blank is John, and if you don't know what Johnny Test is, well, this would have been insanely hard. So, I'm sorry. And for the images, the first row is the movie Big, and then the same thing but bigger. The second row is a butt and butter. The third row is Olive, from Popeye, and the question mark is like a fill in the blank. So if you follow the pattern, you get Oliver. So what do we have so far? John Oliver. And this equation down the bottom is gravity, and the thing next to it is a synonym for Falls. So there's a show called Gravity Falls, and John Oliver plays a role in it, and that role is Wax Sherlock Holmes. So that's the link to level 10. Now, level 10 is easy if you know what hexadecimal is. But otherwise you could get away with Googling it, and that shouldn't be too hard. But you just take the words that are the colours in order, and that's the link. For level 11 we have some kind of slideshow, and this strange question in the description. So the pictures make a sentence which is, maybe it does matter. See key words. That first part is a reference to the sentence from level 8, and keywords are also known as video tags, and they aren't normally visible on YouTube videos. So you got to go back to level 8 and find the keywords by viewing page source and finding the keywords. which gives you the answer to the question in level 11. Level 12 has this code I made up, and you might recognize the characters from the first video. If you convert those, you get this, and with a little bit of logic, you can fill in the rest of the blanks. For level 13, you wait for a bit and you get these 3 clues that pop up. Back to the start and listen to my words means you have to go to the first video and listen to my intro. The numbers refer to which word I'm saying, like the 4th or the 21st. If you write the whole thing out and take each of these words, you get coordinates for the grid, and from the grid, you get the link for level 14. What you'll notice about these images is they all start with O or Z. The white parts are spaces, and the O and Z stand for 1 and 0. So you might have figured out that this is binary, and if you convert it to text, you get the word ham. The value is made by taking the position of each letter in the alphabet and adding them up. Then you stick the number of letters in the word on the end. So with all that, you get ham223, and that takes you to the final level. Alright, level 15 is pretty intense, but starting with C, this is talking about a crab who likes EDM. If you know about crab rave, you should get this fairly easily. Otherwise, you can just Google crab EDM and that should be the first result. But the answer is noise storm. And for this cryptic little N clue, if you spell out 5 times 6 and get rid of the symbols for iron and sulfur, you're left with IV times IX, which is 4 times 9 in Roman numerals, which is 36. A means the 36th letter of the alphabet, and there are 26, so you have to wrap around like Pac-Man and go back to the start. So you go to the 10th letter, which is J. S is like C in that the letter is part of the clue, so this is quite a famous 90s band called S Club 7, and 7 is the answer. This word in O is Greek for white, but that's not the answer. The answer is written in white down here. 144. Now H is similar to C and S, with the letter being part of the clue, so this says hex face, and FACE is a hexadecimal value of 64206. So I feel like that one was definitely one of the harder ones. But moving on to the whole link at the bottom, what could food mean? Well, read the letters from bottom to top and you get nachos, which is obviously a food. Now water is H2O, and there's an H and an O in the clues. And most people figured this out, but not exactly how it applies. So there are a few ways to go about it, but the correct way is you take 2 H's and 1 O, meaning 2 times 64,206 and 1 times 144, and you get the number 128556. So that's what water is, and the rest of the link is pretty straightforward. You just fill in nachos, then that number, then S, A, and C. So the full link is this. And that takes you to the final video, and you've won, and there's nothing else to do. You've done it. Congratulations. Well, I hope you enjoyed my riddle and or solution video. I know this was quite hard, but I am thinking of doing another one, just more fun and with a different difficulty curve. Still hard, but more towards the end. And I want to do a prize, but I'm not sure exactly what that'll be yet. So let me know in the comments if you want me to do another one, and I probably will. Goodbye.